Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today for this week's WIP and Chat. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. WIP, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress, and this is mine. You are welcome and encouraged to go grab whatever you are working on and work alongside while I chat, or alternatively, you can treat this like a podcast, which coincidentally you can find if you have YouTube podcasts. They are still available as videos, but you can also listen just as a podcast if you choose. Okay, I'm going to jump in. Let me give you a few details. I am working on my Dreamer designs. This is my second mermaid kit. I was trying to be done for Mermaids and Magic, didn't make it, but I'm still working on this one. So this is called Patience by Rig and Kubicek. I am using my We Have a Handle on This tips. I'm just going to rearrange things a bit and get started. A little bit of a different WIP and Chat today because it is the beginning of the month. It is time for me to do my kind of monthly recap and show you guys how I did in March. I'm mostly happy with how I did, but we'll get into that. And if I have time, I will do some of my regular WIP and Chat life updates things. If not, I'll save it for next week. I'm going to rearrange stuff, get back to where I'm working, and I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, guys, so today I wanted to start by talking about my goals for this year and how I've been doing. I'm just going to jump in. First thing, my diamond painting hours. As some of you may or may not know, I'm trying to achieve 10,000 hours of mastery at diamond painting. I've been doing this for a couple of years now. And while I think I am experienced, I don't know that I would classify myself as an expert. So I am working towards that 10,000 hours because I figure by the time I've done 10,000 hours, I should be pretty good at it, right? I keep track of my hours as I complete projects, how much time it takes me to complete, yada, yada. For the month of March, I completed 68 hours and 48 minutes of diamond painting, which is less than I completed last month. I would really like to be getting 100 hours a month, but that's okay. If I made 100 hours a month, that would mean I made my 1,000 hours goal this year in 10 months. I'm not going to do that, so that's okay. And some months will be bigger than others because some projects take longer. And so, I don't count those hours until everything is finished, so I'll just have to wait and see. So 68 hours, 48 minutes. That added to my previous total of 104 hours and 18 minutes means that I'm currently sitting for 2023 at 173 hours and 6 minutes of diamond painting completions. I've probably diamond painted for more than that, but I have things like this kit that I have not finished yet. So those hours have not been counted. It'll all even out in the end. So that's where I'm at for my diamond painting hours. My second goal was 50 finishes this year. Last year that was really easy because of my 30 by 30 challenge. In 1 month I had done 30 of 30 kits. So, the other 11 months I was able to complete. I think at the end of last year, I completed like 70 something, 73, somewhere around in there, canvases. And that includes, off the canvas items, product review stuff that I complete for those videos, that kind of thing. And then of course those 30 by 30s, which were all what I consider kind of snack size canvases. So as of last month, I had 9. This month, I finished 6 things, which I'm feeling pretty good about. So I've gotten 15 of the 50 done. So I finished 3 or 4 small product review items that if I finish them before the unboxing comes out, I'll share them with you guys. Like I finished those earrings, that kind of stuff. And then my big finishes were the Jewels and Vern, which I also got to count for my Diamond Art Club challenge because it was my oldest kit, my oldest Diamond Art Club kit, my oldest kit as well, but my oldest Diamond Art Club for sure. And my Phoebe and Beauregard, which I just finished and which I shared the finish of that with you guys yesterday. So if you haven't checked out that video, go check it out. I'll stick a link up there. That one turned out really, really cute. I'm really happy with how it turned out, even though there were a few frustrating things about it. One of which, the frustrating things for me, is that it's discontinued. And I had a thought that maybe I should go through and just do all of my discontinued items first, just to get them out of the way. Because, I don't know, I guess I'm assuming it's based on sales, how companies decide what's available and what isn't. You know, my Phoebe, which I just bought at the end of last year, she had been a new release somewhere at the bottom half of 2022. She's already been discontinued. And then there's, you know, Jules and Verne, which I bought back in 2020 and you can still get. So I don't know how they decide. I mean, I'm assuming it's based on sales. That would make the most sense. But so I went from 9 to 15 finishes. So I'm feeling good about that. My third diamond painting goal was my artist series. And for those of you who don't know, what I was trying to do with my artist series is basically give myself an excuse to do a bunch of diamond paintings. So I was trying to go through and pick artists kits that I had by artists that I've never done any of their artwork before. And so I have this whole list. Now, I will say I haven't really stuck to the list. Of the 20 things that were on it, I think so far I've done 2, maybe 3. Now, I've added other things onto the list. So for instance, when I did my Fantastic Friends, which was another mermaid kit, it's a mermaid theme this year. Why am I putting those there? That is not even close to where they go. You guys, I swear, my brain some days. So I added that one, even though it wasn't on my original list for my artist series. I added it to it because it was an artist that I had never done before. And I've done that with a couple of other things. So far, oh, that's not where that goes. You guys. Okay, I gotta say, I don't know if these are a new pair of Diamond Art Club tweezers, but they seem extra long tips and they're very pokey. I like them. All right, anyway, I have added things to it. So this month, what I get to add to my list is Phoebe, which was not on the original list, but I'm adding it to there because it is by an artist who I've never done one of her kits, so I'm counting that one. And then I am getting to add Jules and Verne because I had never done a Mica Gelina. Now, Jules and Verne was actually on my list because I knew I wanted to get that one done. And you guys, after framing it, it's, oh my gosh, I love it even more now that it's framed. I'm so happy that that was one of the things I decided to pick to frame for my Frame It Easy collab because, oh my goodness, it just looks so good. And also, speaking of Frame It Easy, super happy with how that Muka turned out. So I definitely am going to be keeping an eye on them for ordering frames now that I know, because I had tried another company and I couldn't get a frame for the Muka that included the acrylic. The company that I was trying to buy from didn't have acrylic in that size for whatever reason. So we'll definitely be looking at them because there are actually 4 paintings in that Muka series, 1 for each season. I don't know if I'm going to do all 4, but I have 2. I've got the one finished and then I have another one. So when I get to that, and I may change up when I get to that as well. Anyway, so I get to add Jules and Phoebe. So I was at 4 for my artist series and now I'm at 6, which is good. My goal was 2 a month and that's through March. So 2 times 3 is 6. I'm on track. I wish I was a little bit ahead, but it is what it is. I've got a little bit of leeway. If I do 2 a month, I will meet the 20 goal. So we'll see. Okay, so I'm at 6 for my artist series. The next one is my budget. I tried to make my budget a little more realistic this year. I gave myself $200 a month. So my budget was $2,400 for the year, which may sound like a lot, and is, but because I have the YouTube channel, you know, I need to kind of keep my hand in some things so that I can share new stuff and things like that. Part of the cost of being on YouTube. Anyway, I probably would spend that much even if I didn't have YouTube, but it's a nice excuse, right? My budget for the month, I only spent $140.71, which is more than I wanted to spend, but that's okay. So I ended up buying 3 kits, which I had not planned on, for $92.21. And that's because Diamond Art Club released Marvin the Martian. And you know, you can never buy just one when it comes to Diamond Art Club, right? You want to get that sweet free shipping, you've got to spend more money. So I ended up buying 3 kits. So $92.21. And then I spent $48.50 on some tools, which have not arrived yet. So I'm not going to share with you what they are because I will be doing that when they arrive and I unbox them. Again, that was 140.71 spent in March. So if I subtract that from what I had left after last month, my budget is now sitting at, I have $1,878.96 left to spend before the end of the year. Will I get all that spent? Who knows? Someone reminded me, and I don't remember who, I apologize, that Diamond Art Club is going to be probably having some sort of anniversary sale in April. Honestly, I couldn't have told you that was their anniversary sale. I don't pay that much attention, but, and after their April Fool's joke, you know, I got that email and I was like, edible diamonds? Are they kidding? What the? I'm gullible, I guess. I should have realized that it was an April Fool's joke, but yeah, my mind was all over the place. Hubby got called out to do some storm work, and so everything is always thrown off for me. You know, he basically came home from work on Friday just long enough to come in, grab clothes and pack, and then he was gone. So then I had to get my son to go with me. So we went and did all of our grocery runs and everything. And anyway, so it's been a weird weekend. Then my last goal, which goes along with my diamond painting hours and my budget and my artist series and finishes. So I guess this is kind of the one to rule them all, is to reduce my stash. So that was part of the impetus behind the artist series as well, is that, you know, well, let's go basically shopping in my stash. What do I have that I can work on so that I can reduce my stash? Some fun things that maybe I have been ignoring in favor of other things that I really would like to get done. And I must say, I'm actually having way more fun doing it this way, because instead of, oh, I need to get this done and I need to work on that, and, you know, trying to tailor things to events that are going on and stuff like that, I have just decided, you know what, I'm going to be kinder to myself, and I'm going to look at, okay, this is what I had scheduled. Do I really want to do this, or do I want to work on something else? Sometimes the answer is, no, I really want to do this. And sometimes the answer is, I want to do something else. So my stash, I think for this month, is equal to where it is last month. I will have a stash video coming out here shortly, sometime this coming week probably. So keep an eye out for that. I have added to it. You know, I had the 3 Craftably that I bought, not realizing that they were going to have their sale. I ended up buying this month in March, ended up buying some kits from Diamond Art Club that I hadn't anticipated because they released the Marvin. So I've got those. And then also I've got some sneak peeks that I've been doing. And so those are things that are going into my stash, even though I didn't have to spend any money for them, but it still adds up. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do with some of these, because I do have some in my stash that I think, you know, they're nice kits, but I just don't know if I'm ever going to get around to them. So I'm undecided on what I want to do. You know, I debated having some sort of a raffle in my Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, check out the links in the description box down below. There's a link to my Facebook group and my Facebook page. You can follow me over on Instagram. I debated whether I wanted to do some kind of something over on Instagram, if I just wanted to keep it all on YouTube. Because you guys, I hit another milestone. I now have over 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. So a huge thank you to all of you who watch, whether it's just one time or every time I put out a video. It is much appreciated. You know, if you could share me around with your diamond painting friends, because the more the merrier. Anyway, I've got some kits and I couldn't decide if I wanted to just like do a de-stash kind of thing. That just seems like more work than it's worth. You know what I mean? Just to try and work it out with someone. And it's always such a chance that it's a scam. And like, I was watching somebody talking on Instagram the other day and, you know, warning about, oh, don't deal with this person. I guess it was somebody saying that they were de-stashing kits and then you would send money and get nothing in return. And so people were like, oh yeah, you should always have them put a thing up with your name and the, you know, the current date or whatever before you send them any money, which I've seen some of those posts on Instagram and I always wondered what they were about. Because I was like, why would someone want their name put out there? But, you know, you're trying to avoid a scam. That I get. I guess I avoid it by just not really being on social media. I'm on social media for what I need to do for the channel, and then not a whole lot beyond that. I really need to get better about it, but it feels like such a time suck. And I could schedule a bunch of that stuff. I'm still debating with myself whether I wanted to do that. I have a pro subscription to Canva that I use to like make my thumbnails and Instagram posts and stuff like that. And I could use Canva to schedule all that stuff ahead of time so I didn't have to remember to do it, and it would automate a lot of it. But then you have to hook your face back to your Instagram, and you have to sign up for like a business account and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, I don't know if I want to mess with all of that. If any of you guys have done it, is it worth it? Is it really a headache? Let a fellow content creator know. Is it worth it to sign up and hook all that stuff up in Canva? Which, if you guys don't use Canva, I highly recommend it. You can get it for free. I used it for free for a long time to make thumbnails and Instagram posts and whatnot. So the free version is great. You get a lot more options for designing things because so many of their elements are paid elements. You can pay as you go if you just want to buy a particular element or whatever. I just found that kind of frustrating, so I finally just bought the pro subscription, and yeah, I love it. It even gives you their little content calendar where you can schedule things and stuff like that. Ooh, I am way off tangent. Anyway, I was talking about my stash. Let me get back to the actual topic I should be covering. So sneak peeks and all of that stuff does add to it, but I think currently it's pretty much equal to where I started. I think I'll find out when I go back to do my stash video and I see exactly where I'm at, because that's always one of my motivations when I do a stash video, is because I don't have room to film in where I store all of my diamond paintings. So that means I lug them all out to my dining room table, and just the fact that I have to shuffle them back and forth is enough for me to go, do I really want to hang on to some of these? Because for some of them, the answer is no. And I already have a couple that, while they're nice kits, I just don't think that I'll ever get around to them. And it seems, wasteful to have them just sitting around taking up space when I don't, the likelihood that I'll ever get around to doing them is slim to none. I don't know. I was listening to another diamond painting YouTuber talking about, she won a Diamond Art Club Josephine Wall in some kind of raffle. I've not seen any of those, so I don't know how it works exactly. I think she said everybody pays in and you get a ticket. So the tickets cost a certain amount, and then, they draw and somebody wins. But usually the raffles go to, like, every raffle I've been in, it's like some nonprofit that's doing it, and all the stuff has been donated. So like, I don't understand how that works if it's like a D-stash group. Where's the money going is my question. Because there are all kinds of rules about how that works. Like, I can't just say, oh, you guys, I'm going to do a raffle, and then send me money for a raffle ticket, and then I just get to pocket all of that. I mean, I suppose I could if I declared it as income, but I'm pretty sure there's rules about, especially on YouTube. Of course, I think this was through Facebook, so maybe that's why. Facebook doesn't police anything, so maybe that's how it works, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so when I do the stash video, I will have a better idea of where I actually am at for my stash, but I think I'm pretty much equal, disregarding the freebies that I've gotten for my product reviews, that sort of thing. So, and then the last thing, which is not really a goal, but just something I try to do every month, and I didn't get any done this month, which I hadn't realized. I don't know where this month went, because I was sure that I sent some out. Okay, so I went and double checked because, and I should have done that before I sat down for this whip and chat, but I just thought of it because I was like, I think I did send some out in March, but I didn't write them down in my little spreadsheet. So I went back and looked, and yes, I did. I sent out 7 random acts of kindness in March. So I am at 34 so far for 2023, which is pretty good, I think. I'm happy with that. I do need to get some new ones put together and sent out. I just have been so busy doing other things that I hadn't gotten around to it. Yeah, where does the time go, right? That happens more and more the older I get. I remember an older relative telling me when I was in high school, you know, that I think I was complaining about how long something was taking or something, and they were like, you know, enjoy it while you're young, because once you get older, you turn around and suddenly it's another Christmas or another year or another couple of years. And at the time I remember thinking, oh no, this is still taking forever. And now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, where does the time go? I never seem to have enough time to get done all the things that I want. And what I want today is a nap. I never sleep well when my husband is off storm working. And I definitely did not sleep well last night or Friday night when he was gone. So let me just recap everything and let's see how long I've been talking for. So diamond painting hours, and this is all for the month of March. Diamond painting hours, 68 hours and 48 minutes, which puts me at 173 hours and 6 minutes for the year so far. Finishes, I was at 9. I finished 6 things, so that means I'm at 15. My artist series, I was at 4. I added 2, so now I'm at 6. So that's on track. My budget, I spent $140.71. So I have roughly $1,900 left, $1,878.96 left. And reducing my stash, I think I have an equal amount. We'll see how that goes when I do my stash video, but I think it's equal. Maybe that's just a lie I'm telling myself, but that's what I'm telling myself until I do the stash video. And then, not a specific goal, but my random acts of kindness, I did 7 of those in March. So I'm at 34 for the year. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about most of those. I mean, I always wish I would have gotten more done, but I'm having a lot more fun this year doing things. Like, it's just affected my decisions. In April, I was going to do the Dakota-thon, and I had a canvas all picked out. It's on my artist series list and all of that, but it's a very big canvas. And because Phoebe took me longer than I thought, I didn't get to this one. And so then it was a question of, you know, am I going to do this one? Am I going to just wait? I was trying to decide, did I want to do this one? Or did I want to skip it, save it for later, and just move on to the one that I had planned for the Dakota-thon? And I finally decided, you know what? I want to do this one. I want to get this one done so I can mark it off the list. And if that means that I'm going to not do the Dakota-thon this year, then I'm okay with that. That canvas can wait. It's not going anywhere. And I do want to do that one, but it is a big project. And I feel like I want to get some other smaller things out of the way before I do that one. So yeah, and I'm actually feeling really good about that decision. I wasn't sure how I would feel once I, decided what I wanted to do. But I think that's how I know when I've made a good decision, is once I make it, I'm like, oh, okay. I suddenly feel better. I'm less anxious. I'm, all the things. And it's like, okay, so that's what I needed to do. For whatever reason, that one was going to be stressing me out. So I'm going to work on this one. I'm going to finish this one. I should still have time to do another canvas this size or a little bit bigger this in April, even if it's not a Dakota one. I was actually debating, I was looking at upcoming things, and there is a Mandy Manzano event in May that I was going to do because I have a canvas from her and I've never done one of hers. And I was debating whether or not I wanted to start that one early and then finish it up in May, because that would be an excuse to do that one. That's what I use diamond painting events for. Ooh, here's an excuse to do this canvas. I still need to get better about actually spending time diamond painting. Glad my husband is back, but when he goes storming, I get a lot of diamond painting done because I don't sleep very well, so I tend to stay up later than I would normally, which means I spend more time diamond painting than I would normally, which is not a bad thing for me. Hopefully I'll get some good diamond painting in this next week so that I can get some things done. So yeah, that was all my diamond painting goals. So I still have a little bit of time left. So I'll share with you some of the stuff from kind of my regular WIP and chat, which is my life update, that kind of thing. Hubby's dad is doing good. Still waiting, but doing okay. We are still waiting for a response from Canada. They were supposed to respond within 5 days. It's been over 5 days and we haven't heard anything. So I'm hoping we're going to hear something in the next couple of days, and then we can figure out what we need to do. If I need to look into getting an emergency renewal for my passport, or if I can just send in we get an extension and I send it in for the regular way, whatever. Anyway, we haven't heard anything yet. So waiting on that. Hubby had gone to the dentist and needed a couple of crowns. So he went in 2 weeks ago. Well, it's been a couple of weeks. Went in, they, prepared his teeth for the crown, put on temporary crowns, told him to come back when they had the permanent ones ready. So the next week he goes back. The permanent ones don't fit. So they have to send off to get them fitted again. And so come back again the next week. So he was going back in last Wednesday, and he was complaining that he had Monday or Tuesday complaining that one of his teeth was bothering him. And so I said, well, just have the dentist look at it. You're going in anyway to get your crowns put on. Well, when he got up the morning of his dentist appointment, one side of his face was all swollen. And I was like, oh no. So, yep, he went to the dentist and he has an abscessed tooth. So they put him on antibiotics and he's got to go this week to have a root canal done. So fun. And then we were talking about, this has been such an expensive month already because we had to pay our house insurance and then we had to pay our car insurance. Thankfully, we paid both of those, so I shouldn't have any big bills for the next couple of months, except for apparently now his teeth, because dental work ain't cheap, folks. And he's got, I think he had 2 fillings, 2 crowns, and now a root canal. And our dentist, our regular dentist, we just get a bill once everything is done. They send it off to our insurance, and then after insurance is paid, she'll send us a bill for our portion. Oh no, that's not how the fancy periodontists work. My husband was at the dentist. They, referred him to the periodontist, called and made an appointment for him, gave him his prescription for his meds. In the time it took my husband to drive to the Walgreens, get his meds, and drive home, like 10 minutes after he got home, we got a call from the periodontist's office saying, okay, we've, run all through your insurance. This is what you're going to owe, so bring this with you. And I mean, it's not an insubstantial amount. I can't imagine being someone who doesn't have insurance or who, doesn't have a lot of disposable income, and you have something like a tooth abscess and these people have their hand out for, $500,000 before they'll even touch you. I mean, I get it. I know, they're providing a service, and, I don't go home and eat my groceries and then pay for my groceries. I get it. But yeah, my groceries don't cost me $500,000 either. And I mean, we typically are lucky enough that we just pay it. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming these people have options for payment plans and that kind of thing. But yeah, the cost of, I worked for an insurance company and it's still insane to me how much everything costs, even with insurance. Okay, let me check my notes. So Phoebe is finished. I'm not going to do the Dakota-thon. If you didn't hear in the beginning, I have put my WIP and chats out there to be available as podcasts. They're still going to be available as videos, so don't worry about that. If you subscribe to the channel, whenever they get published, nothing will change. It's just that they're now out there as podcasts for people who, I guess YouTube has a podcast option. So you can go to literally YouTube podcasts, and if you look up Diamond Painting Anonymous, I'll show up with all the WIP and chats. But they're still there as videos. Literally, I went to YouTube/podcasts, looked up my own name, and they're still there as videos to watch. So again, I don't really understand the point, but whatever. And then, you guys, speaking of Diamond Art Club and their weird April Fool's Day joke, I noticed, I think I got an email from them about their special drills. And I was like, what are they talking about? So they have new types of drills, I guess. This is new to me. I mean, I guess they've been around for a while. I don't know if they finally just decided to give them names or if I'm just out of the loop because I haven't bought anything from them since Black Friday. And I'm not in their VIP club, so I don't, or their VIP group. So they had a list of electro drills, which, you know, I don't understand. It's hard to tell what they are just by looking at the pictures. So are these like, are there electro drills? Are they like just regular rhinestones, or do they actually look metallic? I couldn't tell from the photo. And I don't, any of the kits that were listed as having those drills, I don't have any of those. And then they were talking about fairy dust ABs, which I had seen somebody posting about on Instagram, but I didn't know what they were talking about. And, you know, in looking at them, they look like the glitter drills that I bought from DP with Sparklers. So did they just like, are they just glitter ABs, but they've given them the fairy dust name to differentiate them because it's Diamond Art Club? Or are they somehow different? And then of course, you know, glow in the dark ones, which I didn't realize Diamond Art Club sold glow in the dark drills. But I guess I have a canvas that has glow in the dark drills. So now I want to do that kit because I'm like, it does? I have, oh yeah. Or did they do like new versions? Because the two kits that I have that said they had glow in the dark drills were the Fiona Dragon, which is like the little purple butterfly dragon. That one was, I think, a new release last year. And then the Christmas Gnome Trio, which is from 2 years ago, I think. And I was like, why would you put glow in the dark? The dragon one, I could sort of see that. But the Christmas one, I was like, why? And so now I'm really curious to get those two kits out and work on them and see, do they really have glow in the dark drills? Or is this like, did they revamp the kits after I bought mine? It seems weird that they would do that, but what do I know? And then the last one, oh, then they listed iridescent. And I was like, okay, how is their iridescent drills different than ABs? I mean, AB drills have an iridescent coating. So that's what they're calling them now. Instead of ABs, they're calling them iridescent. I mean, I thought that was the whole point, that they had the Aurora Borealis. Or is iridescent somehow different than ABs? And if so, how? And then the last one was special diamonds, which I'm assuming are just like specially shaped drills. Like my Enchanted Forest that I did had some quad cubes in them. Like they were squares, but they took up 4 regular size squares. So yeah, just a bit weird. And also, you know, I don't know if Diamond Art Club is actually manufacturing their own drills, or if they just now have a manufacturer that makes the drills for them. I know I've seen a lot of places where their new drills are a lot more sparkly and all this kind of stuff. But after all of the issues with the static and all of the drills clumping together and everything that I had with Phoebe, I don't know how much I'm looking forward to some of my newer kits. Maybe I'll get out my Marvin, because that's my newest kit and newest release from them. So should have been manufactured the most recently, and see how it works. Plus I just want to do Marvin. I want to try it and see how it works and see how it's going to turn out. Also, because I just bought him, that means that I can work on my Diamond Art Club challenge, because you guys, I'm almost done with that. I have done my oldest kit, which was Jules and Vern. I have done a small kit, which was my Fantastic Friends. And I have done my, one with no 310, which was my Enchanted Forest. So if I do Marvin, that's a 2023 release. And then I would just need to do a kit with flowers in it, which might be the Flower Crazy one that I really wanted. I might do that one, or I might pick something else that's off of my artist series list and do one, like my alien one that I want to do. I really want to do that one. But I think I might do Jasper C before I do those. I don't know. I need to sit down and have a look at what I want to do next. Whether I want to do Jasper C, or whether I want to do Elizabeth, or whether I want to do something else. Whether I want to do the Marvin, or yeah, just lots of questions that I need to answer. and things I need to figure out. So there's a little mini WIP and chat, I guess, inside my diamond painting goals WIP and chat. Guys, this purple, I'm missing everything. It's like, oh, okay, let me go back. I know there's a color in here somewhere. There's a drill that I missed because it's a color, a different color. Maybe I accidentally filled it in with the wrong color. In which case, don't tell me because I'll never find it again. I must have filled it in with the wrong color because I don't see it now. I'll look one more time, but I'm not finding it. So I must have, yeah, must have stuck the wrong drill in that spot. Okay. So I think that's it for me today, guys. Let me just put in a couple more here to fill in some blank spots there. And then I've got some of these bigger spots left that hopefully I won't miss. This actually may be one where I don't use a light pad typically, but what I will do when I finish one is I will pull my light pad out and then I will run it all across the light pad just to make sure that I haven't missed a drill somewhere, because that's really easy to do. Let me zoom out here so you can see what I've done. Okay, so I've still got some green here in this little bit of hill, and I've got some purple in her hair to finish. You know, I debated changing up this artist's style. She's got these really kind of red cheeks, and she's got some red on her elbow that looks a bit odd, but it is part of the artist's style, so I think I'm going to leave it. I have added in, as you can see, some special things. I've added in some crystal square drills that I got from Shimmering Canvases eons ago. So I've got a purple here that I'm adding in. I've got a green that I'm adding in. And then I've got a red AB that I'm adding in. And then there was already one AB, the white AB, that was included with the kit. I'm having fun. It's actually going pretty quick, so hopefully I can finish this one up and then I can move on to my next project. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to be looking out for that stash video, and also leave me a comment down below and let me know if you are using Instagram or Facebook business, if you're a fellow YouTuber, and let me know your thoughts. Or you can just email me if you don't want to leave it on a comment. Either way, I'd be eternally grateful. Thanks, guys.